Hello, everyone. Deanna Deacon here with Vitality Pure, your holistic health and lifestyle coach. And you are here for the Beyond Nutrition webinar. So I hope you're in the right place and you're ready to have a lot of fun. I'm just going to get some tech stuff figured out and make sure that everyone's got a link to come and join us live, and make sure I can see all of your comments, and then we'll get started. So just hang tight for a few minutes, okay? Until then, I'm just going to sing and hang out, you know. If anyone's here live with me, please leave a comment. See all of your comments, and then we'll get started. So awesome. Good. We're live. So for those of you who are watching through the YouTube app, you should have a live chat button at the bottom of your screen. I want you to click that and type in, say, hey, how's it going? What's going on? Let me know that you're here with me, okay? And I'm just going to get a few other pieces figured out, and then we will get started. Make sure you have a piece of paper and a pen, please. You're going to need that for our workshop today, okay? Dun, dun, dun. We're almost there. All right, so whoever is here with me live, please leave me a comment so that I know that you're here. I want to make sure that you can hear me okay. Maybe you can see Dixie behind me. Dixie, do you want to say hi to everyone? Come here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Deanna, and this is Dixie. She is my sidekick, my creative director, my favorite little fur baby, and the light of my life. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen a lot of photos of her. Her name is Dixie, and she's a sweetheart. And she helps me with a lot of the things we're going to be talking about today in this webinar about finding balance and feeling grounded in your own health and well-being. She really helps me with that, because when I need a break, when I need to take some downtime, she's always ready to just curl up beside me and have a nap. Or when I need to go out and go for a walk around the lake or go for a run or do something physical and active, she's there with me to support me through that too. So it's really nice. Thanks for joining us, honey. Awesome. So we're just waiting for a couple more people to join us. If you've joined, if you're able to chat live, please chat and let me know who you are, what's going on. I would love for this to be as interactive as possible, because I want you to get the most out of it as possible. So if you're on your YouTube app on your phone, there should be a live chat. I don't know if you can see that. There's a live chat at the bottom. You want to click that, and then it's going to allow you to type in, and then I'll be able to see the comments that you're making there. If you are watching me not through the YouTube app, you probably can't see that. That's okay. If you want, you can either go to the YouTube app and search Beyond Nutrition, Vitality Pure, or you can just comment on the Vitality Pure Facebook page, and I can see your comments there and respond that way too. Okay, whatever works for you. So I see we've got a bunch of us together here for the webinar. Yay, it's exciting. So I'm going to flip my screen around, so you're not going to be seeing me anymore. I'm going to be showing you the slides that I've got prepared. But don't worry, I'm going to keep it really fun and interactive. I've had a pretty intense day, so I'm still like riding quite high up here. So we'll just keep that going. Lots of energy together. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to get you sorted in terms of your health, well-being, and feeling grounded and balanced. I want you to be able to be up here with me if you're not already. So we're going to do what we can to get you to that place. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and flip my screen around. We don't have any chat, so I'm going to check the Facebook and see if maybe we need to check that as well. Here we go, flipping my screen around. Share. Can you see it? Is that good? Just hang tight for a few minutes, okay? Okay, amazing. So you should be able to see this screen that I have that says Beyond Nutrition, a personalized guide to holistic well-being for the conscious individual. So the reason that you're here is because, oh, Chelsea, hey, I see your chat. Awesome. Thank you. That's so great. It's nice to see you here. Chelsea's joining us all the way from Australia, so that's exciting. The reason that you're here is to gain a little bit more understanding of what's going on in your health and well-being. So I want you to feel in control and empowered of what's going on in your health. I want you to understand that there's some simple, basic things that you can do every day that's going to make a difference to how you're seeing, how you're perceiving the world around you, and knowing that you can actually gain more control, more balance, more sense of calm, more sense of peace, and just understanding the foods that you should be eating, the type of exercise that's right for your body, the types of relationships that you want to spend time in, and those people who maybe are a bit too toxic and it's not worth spending time with them anymore. These are the kinds of things that we're going to be discussing in this webinar. Abra tells me in Facebook that she's here with me, but it keeps cutting out. Oh, bummer. All right, here we go. So you are here because you're tired of feeling tired and you're sick of being sick. Trust me, I've been there. I know. You know that there is a better way to live your life than feeling constantly exhausted and drained and unhappy, unmotivated, frustrated, bloated, overweight, unsure, and just downright crappy. That's not what we're looking for. We don't want you to feel that way anymore. I know that you don't want to feel that way, and I don't want you to feel that way either. I've been there before, and I want you to know that you can actually make some shifts today from this webinar that are going to allow you to feel a lot better. I want you feeling fantastic. And in order for you to feel fantastic, I need to make sure that this webinar is working properly. Chelsea, because you're the only one that has been able to chat with me so far, can you please let me know if of this webinar is good? I'm in a part of my house that the Wi-Fi sometimes isn't the best. So if you're finding that it's hard to follow, please let me know and I will quickly shift my laptop into the other room. Okay? So please, Chelsea, or anyone else who's watching live and can chat, let me know that. So you're also here because you're no longer engaged in these poor me conversations. This is the victim mindset where everything happens to you and nothing happens for you or by you. Okay, so you're no longer engaged in that. You don't want people to show up at your house and just sit there and complain about their day, their, what happened to them, all these things, and then just basically banter back and forth about how terrible your lives are. You're over that. You're not interested anymore. You actually want to live a life that feels good. You want to have conversations that feel good, that enlighten you a little bit. Chelsea, my Wi-Fi isn't that great, but it still seems to be working fine for me. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Chelsea. Sorry, I know I'm going back and forth. This is just kind of how it works with a webinar. You have to make sure the tech is working. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself. So you're also here because you're no longer seeking immediate pleasure for long-term pain. And what I mean by that is consider that time in your life when you thought it was more important to drink all of that booze the night before only to feel pain and uncomfortableness the next day. We don't want you throwing up because you drank too much the night before. You're no longer engaged in that. You're no longer interested in that. Maybe once in a while, having a bit too much wine or a few cocktails is a great time, but this is not your every weekend. You're not interested in that. You're ready to actually find some health and well-being and make that your priority. And what I mean by that is that you're ready to take your health into your own hands. You actually know that you can feel more empowered in your health and well-being, and you're here because you're ready to make that happen. So from this webinar, in the next, let's say, hour that we have together, you are going to gain a personalized toolkit to guide you through your own holistic health and wellness journey. So what I mean by this is I'm going to guide you through creating this toolkit. And when you create this toolkit, it's going to be designed just for you. I'm going to be asking you questions and you're going to be filling in those answers for yourself. Nobody else needs to see this, but this makes it personalized. Because I could sit here and just say to you, these are all the things that I did, you should do the same things. But they're not going to mean anything to you. You might follow through with them for maybe a couple days, but they're probably not going to give you the same results that they gave me because you are an individual, just like I am. We're all unique. Therefore, you get a personalized toolkit to guide you through this journey. Your Wi-Fi is sketchy, but it's getting better. Oh, is that Wi-Fi for me? It's hard for you to see the slides and hear what I'm saying? Thank you for telling me that. Just going to check one more thing. Oops. Paula, I'm just responding to a few people in Facebook for those of you who are wondering what's going on. Oh, you can see what I'm doing. Oh, that's nice. Paula, it's on the YouTube link. Okay, oops, I didn't realize you could see that. Okay, coming back to the webinar. Okay, that's it. I'm done with figuring out if this is working. We're just sticking to the webinar now, okay? Are you still with me? I hope you're still with me. So you're also going to gain from this next hour an understanding of how your emotional and mental stress affect your digestion daily. Now, trust me, I have gone through so many challenges with my digestive system. I've had chronic stomach aches, chronic headaches, all based around more than just the food that I was consuming. And I've really learned from that yes, your food is incredibly important in how you feel in your body. However, it's not everything. It's definitely not everything. So we're going to explore that a bit further together. You're also going to gain personalized techniques to feed yourself whole body nourishment every single day. And again, this goes beyond the idea of just eating food because because it's healthy for you. That's great. I want you to do that. But I want you to feed your entire body and your entire being. I want your soul to feel nourished and full. I want you to feel amazing in your whole body every single day. You're also going to gain a sense of control and restraint over your body's subconscious emotional reactions. So we all know there's those experiences that we have in life where, someone rubs us the wrong way or something occurs and we respond maybe without thinking. Or we respond in this natural way that's always been the way we respond to it. This often comes up a lot around Christmas time and holidays when people spend time with their family. Very often for a lot of people, we move away from our family as we get older. So then when we come back and spend close quarters with these individuals, and when you couple that with alcohol, we tend to have these subconscious reactions that occur from your emotions. And it's okay that this happens, but I want you to realize that you can actually take control of that. And you can actually start to empower yourself by acknowledging that this is happening and start choosing the reactions that you want to have and choosing the experiences that you want to have with your family. Oh, Ariel, you're with us. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. Yay. So just before we dive into the next piece, I'm going to do one more quick check on Facebook. Okay, I just need to refresh. Perfect. You're with us. Oh, I got dogs in the back. You can hear them. Great. This is what real life is, guys. I could pretend that I'm a perfect professional who's going to have this absolutely stunning webinar, which, to be honest, let's be honest, I do. Look at all this work I put into it. But I want you to know that I'm just doing this because it feels good, and I'm sharing a part of my life and my experiences with you because I know that you're going to gain something really valuable from it. So thank you for being here. So for those of you who have no idea who I am and are like, who's this crazy girl who shows us her dog and keeps flipping back and forth from Facebook to this, I am Deanna. I'm a holistic health and lifestyle coach, and I help individuals find clarity around their soul's purpose and empower them to live their ideal lifestyle every single day. I do this through my training as a certified holistic health coach, but I also use my own intuitive nature. And even my last couple clients that I had 4 different clients today and 1 yesterday, really connected to what was going on with them, that I could feel different parts of my body that were physically affecting them. For one client, it was about her sexuality and her partner and how they had not been together in quite some time in my lower chakras. For another client, it was about this feeling of constriction. She wasn't speaking her truth. She wasn't utilizing her voice. I could feel it in my throat. I can feel these different energies from my clients, and that's how I can intuitively support them. I believe that what happens is I connect into their energetic field, a little bit of the vehicle for what they need to hear, what they need to experience, or what they need to see. That comes through me, and it speaks through my voice. So often I'll hear myself saying things to clients that I'm like, sorry, I never would have yelled at you like that, or I never would have said something that's seemingly so like point blank and rude a little bit. And every single time they say that's exactly what I needed to hear. Or I'll suggest something and they go, oh my goodness, are you in my head? And so to be honest, I don't fully understand exactly how this works, but it is helping people heal. And that's the only thing that I care about. So I went off on a little bit of a tangent there, but that's okay. I want you to know a little bit about me, what I'm up to, and why I'm doing what I'm doing. But if we were to sum it up, I would say that I am a wellness advocate. I am a yogini and fitness instructor. Contrary to popular belief, I am not actually a yoga instructor. However, I have just decided that next year in May, I'm going to be doing my yoga teacher training in Bali, which is pretty fan-fucking-tastic. So, congratulations are in order. I'm very excited for myself, and I'm excited for you guys too, because I'm going to be doing some really wicked yoga videos through all of my programs for everyone who's going to be working with me in the future. So be excited. I'm also a fur mama, as you saw, to my sweet Dixie Green, loving girlfriend, to my partner who works so hard. I'm so proud of him and the man that he is. I'm a secret dancer. So this actually occurred today. I was feeling a little bit low energy and my stomach was kind of not super happy and I couldn't figure out what it was. So I put on some music and I danced in my living room. And then I felt amazing after. I danced and danced and danced. And then I laid on the floor and I just sat with those feelings and sensations going through my body. It felt amazing. And I felt much better after. So I'm definitely a secret dancer. And I'm also a kefir and kombucha drinker. I would like to say that I make them, which I have done in the past. I make them, so I'm a big fan of buying them now. I've learned that's the case. And to sum all of that up, I'm a girl on a mission. My mission is to heal the world, one individual at a time. And everything that I'm going to share with you here tonight is going to support each and every one of you to take one step towards healing yourself. The more awareness and acknowledgement you can have of your own health and well-being, the better off you are for yourself, for your community, for your family, for your well-being, for your workplace, for everybody that you interact with, for everyone that you chat with on Facebook, all of these things, you are going to show up as a more powerful, strong, healthy, balanced person. And that's going to make a huge impact in this world. One individual at a time. So thank you for being here. You're helping me support my cause. Can you please comment, those of you who are watching live and are able to comment, either comment in YouTube or on the Facebook page, and just let me know how you're doing. You still with me? Are you here? Are you excited? Do you have a piece of paper? Because you're going to need a piece of paper. I need you to have a piece of paper and a pen, and we're going to be probably about another half hour, 40 minutes of this webinar, so I want you to make sure that you have that time to yourself as well. So if you have some distractions, if it's possible for you to get rid of those, ask them politely to leave you alone, whatever they might be, put your phone on silent, all those things, then please do that now. Okay? Okay. I have my sweet little Dixie Green behind me. Oh, Ariel, Rayanne, perfect. I see you guys there. That's great. Sweet little Dixie Green is just behind me, and she's very happy to listen to this Beyond Nutrition webinar. She's heard it quite a few times, and I think she thinks it's very interesting. So we're going to jump into what primary foods are all about. Oh, JC, I see that. Thank you so much. What are primary foods? So primary foods is this concept that actually came up from my health coach training. So this is not an idea that I've created myself. This is a true concept that I learned through my health coach training. And my health coach training took place through Integrative Nutrition, which is a school all for nutrition and health coaching based in New York. What primary foods is the concept that our health is created from more than what is on your plate. Alluded to that earlier, that your well-being, your happiness, your health, how your body feels is not just about the food that you're consuming. Yes, it's important. Yes, you need to be watching the foods that you're eating, having more vegetables, having a little bit less meat and dairy, etc., but it's not the end all be all. When your primary foods are balanced and satisfied, your life feeds you, leaving what you eat to be secondary. Okay, I'm going to give you a few examples of this. Oh, Chelsea, I see you're still there. Awesome. Primary foods. The 4 primary foods that we're going to focus on today, and the 4 primary foods that I tend to focus on with clients, are relationships, physical activity, passion and purpose, and spirituality. These are 4 overall main components of your health. Secondary foods are things like kale, bananas, coffee, wine, brie, chocolate, ice cream. Sounds like a good night, hey? Well, maybe not the kale and bananas. These are all secondary foods. These are actual foods that you consume that either give you nourishment or perhaps deplete you of nourishment, but they're foods that you put in your body, you chew, you swallow, you digest them. Okay, so that's the difference. Primary foods are more seemingly external experiences, but they're more emotional and mental than they are actual physical digestion, okay? So we're going to dive into each of these individually, and I'm going to talk to you more about what primary foods are, what they mean, and why it's important as we go along. So to get started, I want you to grab that piece of paper that you have. I know you all have a piece of paper, and I hope it's blank. It could be the other side of a piece of paper, so you're recycling. That would be nice. And with that piece of paper, I'm going to get you to do a very exciting folding exercise. It's actually so exciting, I made you a video. Let's see if we can watch it here. Da, 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 da. I think I'm really funny, you guys. I made that so long ago and I just thought it was the cutest. So that was showing you how I would like you to fold your piece of paper. I want you to fold it so that you create 4 quadrants on your piece of paper. With this piece of paper, this is going to become your toolkit for your primary foods so we can take your health beyond just basic nutrition, okay? So I want you to give that piece of paper a lovely fold it like a hot dog, and then fold it like a hamburger, you know, the things that you learned in elementary school. And then once you have that, you're going to put a few titles in a few quadrants, okay? So in the top left quadrant of your piece of paper, I'd like you to write down relationships, or you can just put R if you're going to remember what it is. And then the top right, physical activity. Bottom left, passion and purpose. And bottom right, spirituality. Comment either on Facebook or in the YouTube chat when you've got those written down so I know that we're ready to move forward. And until then, I'm going to browse out my window at my beautiful yard. It's so sunny here and the grass is green. I finally got a sprinkler, so my grass it's a little brown in some spots, but it's starting to come back to green. It's been about 30 degrees all day. It's been just stunning and gorgeous and wonderful. And I'm really lucky that I am right now is in front of this, my desk is in front of this huge window that overlooks my whole front yard. So I'm loving life a lot right now. So leave me a comment. Let me know when you've got that piece of paper all sorted out and you're good to go. And when that time comes, done, ready, woohoo, you girls are killing it. I love it. Thanks, Ariel. Thanks, Ryan. We are jumping right into relationships. Now, just so you know, relationships is a whole category that I quite honestly could do an entire webinar on, probably an entire retreat on, maybe like a multi-year course. Obviously, there's a lot going on when it comes to our relationships. Wait, quick recap, had to get paper that wasn't in my diary. Chelsea, we are putting these 4 categories in our piece of paper. Relationships in the top left, physical activity in the top right, passion and purpose on the bottom left, and spirituality on the bottom right. And then we're going to go through each quadrant. So we folded our piece of paper into 4. We're going to go through each quadrant individually, okay? I hope you're on board now. So relationships. We all know that we have relationships, right? And I'm not talking just intimate relationships with your partner. I'm talking about all relationships. These are relationships with your coworkers, relationships with your family, relationships with your intimate partner if you have one, relationships with, you know, the person that you buy your groceries from, or the person who makes your coffee at the coffee shop. All of these experiences and interactions are considered you having a relationship. So even if you consider yourself a bit of a lone wolf or an introvert, you still have relationships going on, and it's incredibly important how you perceive them and how you work with them because they're affecting your well-being right now. So as we know, human beings are community-driven animals. We all know the term FOMO, right? FOMO, which is the fear of missing out. This is a silly term because of the fact that we're community-driven animals. We want to be excuse me, we want to belong. We want to be a part of something. Like, think back to elementary school and junior high and high school. It was so important who you hung out with because that was That was your community. That was your sense of belonging. And even now, like what you do on your lunch hour, or who you make time for on your weekends when your time as an adult is a little bit more scarce, that just goes to show who's important to you in your life. As human beings, we have a desire to belong and to feel cared for. We want to know that other people care about our well-being. We want to know that we're important to them, and we want to know that we matter. We want to be acknowledged and we want to be seen. And the thing is that our relationships can be a reflection of our internal health. So quite often, in this picture here, there's my Dixie green, of course, and my partner Luke. This is the day that we bought the house that we're living in now. And this is at our old house. We poured a bottle of champagne and we cheersed and we took some photos because that's what we do. And it was wonderful. With Luke, if I am not taking care of my well-being, if I'm not taking care of myself, if I'm not eating properly, getting enough exercise, having my downtime, caring about my relationships with other people, if I'm having any uncomfortable situations with coworkers or with clients or things like that, I start to lash out at him. I start to be not very nice. I start to be a little bitchy and a little rude and snappy. And to me, that is a reflection of my internal health. That is a reflection of the fact that I'm not taking care of myself first. Therefore, I am now lashing out at Luke. So not only am I not taking care of myself, I'm also now putting him down or making his life more challenging, taking care of myself. So really, if you think about it, you have a duty to honor yourself and your relationships with other people and your health. Because in doing so, you're allowing your relationships to grow in a healthy way with every other person in your life. And that you do this. Because if you don't, if you walk around as Debbie Downer, sorry if anyone's named Debbie, but if you walk around as this individual who's always talking about the crappy side of life and how everything is happening to them and how nothing good ever comes their way, they never win in like contest or lotto or anything like that. They never win this. They never get invited to things. All these things, you're dragging people down, man. And a lot of us are too polite to say anything about it. But that's why we're here, because we want to be able to acknowledge what we need to make ourselves healthy and happy so that we get to be that positive influence in every single person in our lives' life. Because our relationships matter and they're important to us. Your relationships are all about your emotional and mental stress. Usually from your relationships, these are going to affect your physical digestion. Understanding how your emotional and mental stress affect the way you digest food is so important. And as an example, I'm going to tell you a little story. And please leave me a comment. I really just prefer seeing things from you guys in the comments. So if you can just comment and let me know what's going on and, if everything's still good, that'd be great. I think it was 2 years ago, I went to Ottawa, which is where my extended family lives, and I took Luke. And Luke and I have been together for 6 years now, so that would have been 4 years that we would have been together. And this was the first time I had taken him back to Ottawa to visit my grandma, my aunt, my uncle, and my cousins, and all sorts of family. Before I went to Ottawa, to a summer of incredible digestion upset. This is when I was going through my health coach training. Interesting, right? And my stomach was so bad that there were times that I would eat something and immediately vomit, or eat something and immediately have diarrhea, or I wasn't able to eat anything at all. Sensitive, was so unhappy. And I eventually figured out what had caused that, but that basically is a whole other webinar that we can talk about. It was emotional for sure. But what happened was we went to Ottawa. We stayed at my grandma's house. My Auntie Sue was there. For those of you who know me well, know about my Auntie Sue and how amazing she is. And we're in Ottawa, and we were having a really nice time. And of course, when you're visiting grandma, all you do is go for coffee, every day at like 10, right? That's what grandmas do. At least that's what all my grandmas do. So we would go for coffee every day at 10. I hadn't had coffee in months because my stomach was so unhappy. It was just too acidic and too painful for me. But I was really jealous. I really wanted to have coffee with them. So the first couple of days I think I had some tea. And because of my stomach, I also hadn't been eating gluten or sugar or those things because I really wanted to make sure that I could feel good in my body. Tea, and I think I had maybe a Timbit or something. For those of you who aren't Canadians, that's just a tiny donut. So I'd have a Timbit. And for the most part, I felt okay with that. That was really nice. What, maybe I can just have a decaf coffee. I really want to have a coffee with everyone. I'm going to do it. So then I had a decaf coffee and a Timbit. Stomach was fine. Didn't bother me. But By the end of the week that we were there, I was having, and this sounds terrible, and yes, I am a health coach, but I was having a regular full coffee and an actual donut every single day. And my stomach was fine. There wasn't a single problem. I did not have any upset. I was completely okay. And I remember having a call with one of my health coaches that I was working with at the time. And I was explaining the situation to her, and I was like, I don't understand. Why is this happening? And she just paused and she said, Deanna, think about it. All of your primary foods are full and satisfied and balanced. You have the man that you love in Ottawa, which has always been a safe, comforting place to you, at your grandma's house, which you love, with your Auntie Sue, who fills you up, and you're doing fun, easy activities with these people that you care about. Your primary foods are balanced. Therefore, your digestion is working properly. You're able to digest these things. And what had caused all of this complication for me prior was an emotional situation I went through with a really good friend of mine that I hadn't dealt with. I just held on to this like pain and grief inside of me without actually voicing anything to her. So I had a relationship that caused this strain and stress on my physical body. And then it was positive family relationships that allowed it to go away. Are you guys following? Like this was so profound to me. I was like, hang on. So I just need to be around people that I love and that love me and feel safe. And then my body works properly. That's ridiculous. I love that. And of course, it's not going to happen every single time you have some sort of physical ailment, but it just goes to show that our relationships really friggin' matter. And we need to pay attention to them, and we need to pay attention to how we interact with the people in our lives. You know what I mean? So coming into our workbook that we're doing together, creating this toolkit. In the top left quadrant for our relationships, I want you to write down a number between 1 and 10. This number between 1 and 10, 1 being super unsatisfied and 10 being really, really satisfied and empowered by your current relationships. I'd like you to write down that number. Are you happy, satisfied, and empowered by your current relationships? And then I'd like you to write somewhere there, oh, Ariel, I'm super stressed out right now and I've been bloated almost every day. Yeah, 100%. That's always the case. Your body physically responds to what's going on in your life emotionally and mentally and spiritually. It's always the case. So you've written down a number between 1 and 10. I'd like you then to write down my body plus stress. This is going to be like a little mini heading for those of you who really like to know what's going on. Rayanne, your number is 7. 7 out of 10, you're feeling happy, satisfied, and empowered by your current relationships. That's pretty good. I like that. It's above 5, to be honest. And even if it's below 5, that's okay. It just means there's more room to grow. If anyone else wants to share their number, 100%, feel free in the Facebook group or in the YouTube chat. I would love to see your numbers. Written down my body plus stress. I would like you to write down all of the ways that your body physically responds to stress in your relationships. So consider you go to work and you get in trouble because you did something wrong. That is stress in a relationship with your boss. How does your body respond? Or maybe you come home from, a crazy busy week and your house is a mess and your partner, is just a big slob on the couch. They don't seem to care about your well-being, what's going on in your life whatsoever. You're pissed off. Physically respond. Or maybe you've just fallen in love with someone that totally lights you up and fills your heart and you get butterflies in your stomach and you're so excited to spend time with them. How does your body show up? What physical situation is going on in your body? Rayanne, you said 5 at first. Interesting. You said 5 and then bumped it up. I wonder what that's about. So you're writing down all the ways that your body physically shows up when you have stress in your relationships. Next, we're going to write down my body plus peace, love, and acceptance. Or you can choose one of those and just write down one. This is going to be the opposite. And sorry, I think in the last one I asked you to write down a positive, but I didn't mean a positive. So for this one, we're writing down all the ways that your body responds when you're filled with love and joy and acceptance and acknowledgement and fun and you're just with people that make you feel good. How does your body respond? Do you digest your food better? Oftentimes people like I are able to drink coffee, eat donuts, drink wine, eat brie and baguette, all these things when you're around people that fill you up and you don't get the same physical side effects that you might get the rest of the time. So how does your body show up? Do you have more energy? Do you have more excitement? What's going on in your life? Physically showing up for you. For those of you who don't know, while you're writing that, there is an amazing community called Soulful Sisterhood that I'm so honored to say that I created, but it's taken a mind of its own. It's not really mine anymore whatsoever. And I just realized that there's a whole conversation going on over there right now. I wish that they were all on this call with us as well. Now, once you've written all of those down, I want you to take a look at this list that you've created. You've created 2 lists. 1, my body plus stress in relationships, and 2, my body plus peace, love, and acceptance in relationships. This is a clear indication to you of when you need to pay attention to your relationships. When any of the symptoms, I'm going to call them symptoms, when you experience any of the symptoms from the my body plus stress column, you need to take a look at your relationships and what's going on. Is there someone at work that you said something rude to that you need to apologize? Is there someone at work that said something rude to you that you need to find a way to find forgiveness for? Is your partner pissing you off lately? Are your children driving you insane? Are there situations that you can do something, even if it's just taking some time to yourself or having a conversation or expressing that you feel unacknowledged or unseen or unworthy, whatever it is, being able to express this will help to bring peace to the relationship and help to ease that physical ailment that you're seeing in your body. I'd love to hear what some of these physical ailments or positive physical experiences that you have when your relationships are either balanced or completely imbalanced. I'm just now noticing that having 4 clients today and then doing a webinar maybe was not the best idea for my voice. It's starting to get a little raspy. So I'm sorry if it starts getting quite sexy. I'll try and keep it back. For any of you, did you ever used to watch Friends? And do you remember Smelly Cat? And when Phoebe got, when she got sick and she had that really sexy raspy voice, that's how I'm feeling right now. Smelly Cat. Sorry, I'll stop. Okay. Moving on from relationships, okay, we're going to jump into physical activity. So for anyone who wants to share one of the things that is going on for them for their relationships, please still feel free to share that. But just to keep the webinar moving forward, we're going to hop on over to our physical activity. Dun, da, da, da. In this photo, this is me in New Zealand. So for those of you who don't know, my partner Luke and I spent a year living in New Zealand. And after we had been home for 2 years, and then we saved up our money and we went back for a visit. Noticing in this photo, I think that was the day that I went and got my tattoo on my back. That's so funny. I have a pretty beautiful big lotus on my back, and I'm quite certain that that's the tank top I was wearing when I went to get it. So that must have been the morning before. That's pretty fun. Ariel, talking about our relationships. When she's stressed, she bloats and her digestion doesn't happen. Yeah, totally. A friend of mine, when she travels, and when she feels kind of uncomfortable in close quarters, or she knows that she's going to be around a lot of people and can't have that regular schedule that she's used to, 100%, her digestion just doesn't happen. Nothing, there's no movement whatsoever, which can be so frustrating. And there's ways that you can work with that. There's physical ways that you can. And then there's also just voicing your opinion in every situation and being true to yourself and honoring your own needs with it. It's really important. Back to physical activities. Our bodies are energy, 100%. If you listen to my little bit of an intro earlier about the way that I intuitively work with my clients, that's just energy work. All it is that I am an empath and I'm able to pick up on the energy that they've got going on. And I'm honing my skills to be able to utilize picking up that energy and turning it into words or images so that they can understand what it means. That's all. We're just energy. And energetic blocks will show up as physical ailments. When we're exercising and getting proper movement in our body, it allows for the right blood flow and energetic flow so that these energetic blocks can be removed. So often, someone will be stressed. They're working so hard, they're doing so many things, all this stuff, and maybe because of that they've gained some weight. So they decide, oh, it's been a couple months since I've worked out. I really don't want to have this extra weight. I need to go right to the gym and I need to burn it off immediately. They go to the gym, they probably buy like a full month pass or a 3-month pass or something. Within the first week, they injure themselves. Either they twist their ankle, they pull their hamstring, they injure their elbow, something happens. And they're like, oh, well, now I can't work out. This is so stupid, which is fair. Yes, you can't work out. But this is your body telling you that there's something else going on there. And you need to pay attention to what's happening in your life. When you go full force into your physical activity without actually acknowledging what's happening in your life, when you go and say, I need to release all these energetic blocks by just like going super hard, lifting a ton of weights or going for a long run, even though it's been months since you've done it, your body's going to respond to you. So you need to make sure that you're treating your body and your physical activity as a divine art. About push, push, push. It's about listening to what your body needs. It's so important for us to check in with ourselves. Yes, sometimes we have days when we can lift the heaviest weights that we ever have, and we feel so strong and so balanced, and that's amazing, and we love it. And then there's days when we don't. And quite often, I think we're all women watching this, and quite often it has to do with our cycle as well. When we have our period, we tend not to have the same type of strength that we have immediately after. And it has to do with the hormones going through our body. When you can start to pay attention to this and honor it, and honor your physical activity as a divine art and a way of serving your body, you're going to get so much more out of it. Physical activity, in this case, actually has nothing to do with body image and the scale. So when you're thinking about it, when we're talking about this and when we go into your toolkit right after this, I don't want you to be thinking about wanting to fit into your jeans, wanting a flat stomach, wanting to lose weight, whatever it is. I don't want you to think about it like that. I want you to think about it, as I just said, as exercise as a divine art. This is you being of service to your physical body. This is you doing what your body needs to feel good. Okay, it's not about how you look. Important to you. I totally get it. Trust me, I've got my own things that I work through on that. But that's not what this here is about. This here is about your well-being, your body functioning properly, and you removing energetic blocks so that you have a fresh blood flow, fresh energy flow throughout your system so you can feel good. Okay? Are we in agreement with that? Can I get a thumbs up or something? I kind of miss Facebook Live where I get to see hearts and thumbs up all over the place. Actually, I kind of miss Facebook Live because I can't see your comments quite as easily. So I might change this next time. So top right quadrant of your toolkit is physical activity. I would like you to write down on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being super low, 10 being super high. Are you happy, satisfied, and empowered by your body's current fluidity? So in this sense, fluidity is how is your body feeling? Are you able to feel the energy flowing through your system? Do you feel like you have fresh blood flow going to different organs in your body? Not actually physically feeling your blood, but do you feel refreshed? Does your body feel fluid? On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at right now? Oh my goodness, you guys are so cute. Oh, I got a happy face and a thumbs up and a heart. That's nice. Thank you. You guys are lovely. This is fun. I love doing this. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, happy, satisfied, and empowered by your body's current fluidity. Comment your number if you want to, no pressure. Then in the same quadrant, I would like you to write down all the positive ways that your body responds to physical activity. So for this, you can think about a time in your life maybe when you felt incredibly fit or really active, and how did your body respond? For me, it often shows up as I sleep way better. I'm much hungrier, which I really like. I definitely feel more fluid. I feel stronger. I feel a lot sexier usually when I feel stronger and more toned. And I have more energy. Those are some really good things, hey? Oh, you girls are so great sharing your numbers. And those of you in Facebook, feel free to share your numbers there as well. So for this physical activity, Rayanne, you're a 6 to 7. Beautiful. Good for you. Chelsea, I'm only at a 2-ish. I like the ish, but that's why I'm here. Amazing. I totally understand. There's always going to be a lot of changes that occur in our life. And I know you have a lot of things that you're focusing on at the moment and a lot of changes, I think a lot of changes that have been going on. So it makes sense that some other things have kind of maybe fallen by the wayside, as they say. A reason that we're doing this as well is because every single time you could do this webinar every single time that I do it, and you'll probably have a different number for each quadrant. It's just cyclical. That's what happens. We're human beings and we change. Ray, does 0 count? It's not from 1 to 10. Oh, Ray. Yes, it counts. Of course, if you feel that you're at a 0, then we're going to do what we can to get some physical movement into your body. And this does not mean that you have to go for a run. This can be raising your arms up above your head if you're able to do that, and just breathing deep into your stomach with your arms raised, which I'm doing right now. I encourage actually all of you to do it with me. Bring your arms up overhead, bring your palms together above your head so your arms are nice and straight, and I just want you to breathe in deep to your stomach. Feel your stomach rise as your lungs fill with air, and then deflate as you breathe that air out. This is physical movement. This is allowing fresh blood flow, and this is helping to support removing energetic blocks. Go ahead and bring your arms down. Bring your shoulders up to your ears. And back down, shoulders up to your ears, and back down. This is all a form of energetic movement in your body. It doesn't have to be go to the gym, work your ass off. It doesn't have to be go to yoga class. Yes, it's popular. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. It doesn't have to be anything except what feels good in your body. Right? You hate running. Great. Don't run. Maybe down the road you will end up liking running. Maybe not. That's okay. There's no pressure about it. It's about doing what's right for your body. Rayanne, I didn't consider sleep, so your number goes down to a 5. Okay. That's totally fair. That's what we're here for. So I have asked all of you to write down the positive ways that your body responds to physical activity. Can you tell me some of those physical ways? Wait, I did tell you guys that, right? Sorry, I really just want to chat with all of you more so than actually host this webinar. Is that a bad thing? I'm not sure. So if you haven't, please write down all the positive ways that your body responds to physical activity. So, oh yes, I did. So this is when you're feeling really fit and active. How does your body respond? Tell me some of these things. What are the good ways that your body responds to you when you're being physically active and when you're doing things physically for your body? Unlikely, but I do like swimming. And you know what, Ray? Swimming is one of the best physical activities that you can do for your body. It's so good for your joints. It's so good for your overall body because it uses so many different muscles. And it's good for your lung capacity when you have to practice breathing in and out quickly. It's good for you. So that's beautiful. And those of you who are watching, who are chatting over in the Facebook group, I haven't seen any comments in a while. I'm just going to put that out there. So, feel free to leave a comment and I'll come and say something about it. So you've written down the positive ways that your body responds to physical activity. Ariel, you feel strong and confident. Yeah, you do. You go, girl. And I know that physical activity has been a huge part of your life in the recent past, I guess. I don't know. How long have you been bodybuilding for? I'm not sure. I'd like you also to write down in this quadrant top 2 challenges that are keeping you stagnant. So for those of you, Chelsea, with your number being 2, Ray, with your number being 0, Rayanne, with your number going down to a 5, why? What are 2 things that are keeping you stagnant? And the reason I use the word stagnant is because this is replicating that this is your energy. Your energetic flow is more stagnant than fluid. Okay? So what's keeping you stagnant? Chelsea, ocean swimming is best. Salt water is super cleansing. The ocean or tears both help. You know what's even better? Crying in the ocean. You don't know if it's tears or if it's ocean water. It's true though. It's so good for your skin. It's so good for cleansing. It's so good for your soul. It's so good to just be in the ocean. When I was in Mexico at the end of May, I went for a wedding. I had this profound experience where everyone was out drinking, getting basically just shit-faced drunk. And as I said in the beginning, for me, I no longer associate with that. I'm not interested in that. I don't want to be around it. But I didn't want to be rude. And so I didn't want to sit there and I could sense that I was about to start judging people, and that's not what I wanted at all. I don't judge people for what they do. I just have different choices for my life. So you know what I did? I went and got myself an ice cream cone. We were in an all-inclusive, so I went to the cafe and I went and got an ice cream cone, which I rarely ever have any dairy, so that was quite the treat. And I went down to the ocean, and I literally sat in front of the ocean for about 2.5 hours by myself with the beautiful moon up above me, the waves coming crashing in underneath the chair I was sitting on, and we had this beautiful experience together. And I talked to the ocean, and then I got up and I did some yoga basically in the ocean with the waves crashing up against me. It was so beautiful and so amazing. And it reminded me that we're all connected, that I am a part of the ocean, that I am made up primarily of water, and the ocean is all water. It's just when you can start having those types of experiences and those types of thoughts, that's when you realize that it doesn't matter what your weight is. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what you do for work, as long as you can find happiness and joy. That's what matters. And Deanna went off on a tangent. Sorry. Rayanne, I'm guessing this is one of your top challenges, repeatedly going up and down and holding my boys. Oh, maybe that's a way of physical activity? What do you mean by that, Rayanne? Tell me more. And Ray, it's true, when I move, I do feel more fluid. 100%. I'm a fitness instructor, as I said, and the primary thing that I focus on with my clients when we're working together is the fluidity of the movement. It's not about doing like the most push-ups possible or doing as much workout as possible. It's about fluidity in your body. It's about feeling good when you do it. It's about feeling good after you do it. It's about feeling good. That's what I focus on. Ariel, it's about how you feel. You got it, girl. 100%. Same page. So we have written down all of the positive ways that our body responds to physical activity, and we've written down the top 2 challenges that are keeping us stagnant. Okay? I want you to consider those top 2 challenges that are keeping you stagnant, and I want you to come up with one way that you're going to help to relieve that over this next week. Okay? One way. So if you're having trouble with this, someone tell me why you're feeling stagnant, and I'll see what I can do to help you come up with a way that you can sort through this. And I apologize, it's already almost 8:30, so I'm going to try and speed through this. If anyone has to leave right at 8:30 at an hour, that's okay, you can, but I would love it if you would stay because I'm having so much fun. Please stay. We're going to move on to passion and purpose, but for anyone, if you're having trouble coming up with one thing you're going to do over the next week to help relieve one of those challenges that's keeping you stagnant, just comment either in the YouTube or in the Facebook, and we can chat from there. Passion and purpose. Why do you do what you do? Why does it matter to you? What gets you excited about life? Where and when do you feel fulfilled, purposeful, and worthy? This is so freaking important. This is so important to our health. It says that, like when you're older and something happens and you end up being on your deathbed and you look back at your life, you don't say like, wow, I spent so many hours at the office. Good for me. You think about the experiences that you had. You think about the people that you spent time with. You think about all the things that filled your heart with joy. This is your passion and purpose. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be an entrepreneur to have passion and purpose in your life, but you need to know what lights you up, what gets you excited, what fills you up, okay? So I want you to think on that for a second. I'm going to respond to them. Ray, sleep. So this is why, these are probably some of the reasons that you feel stagnant for physical activity. You love your pillow and it's so hard to wake up early. I totally get it. Sometimes I wake up super early and sometimes I don't. I love that my life has flexibility like that. Maybe it doesn't have to be about getting up early. Maybe there's another point in your day when you can get some physical activity that's going to serve the needs of your body. Maybe it's at lunchtime, minutes to do some stretches. Maybe you go for a walk after work. Maybe you have an exercise video you can do at home in the evening. Maybe you take I don't know if you have kids, maybe you take your kids for a swim after dinner. There's lots of other opportunities for you to get physical movement where you don't actually have to get yourself up from your pillow before you want to. And chances are you're going to sleep better if you get more exercise, so you're going to wake up more energized and it'll be easier to get off that pillow too. Rayanne, I can affect my back and slow me down. Yoga is helping. I can affect my back. Does that mean that, oh, that's from before, right? Repeatedly going up and down and holding my boys. I can affect my back. I still don't know exactly what you mean, but I see that yoga is helping and that makes me very happy. Please keep doing it. Yoga is so healing for the body. I used to be so against yoga. I thought it was stupid and slow and I didn't like it. And I told you earlier, I'm going to do my yoga teacher training. So obviously my opinion has changed. Chelsea, DOMs create muscle tension, which affects my chronic migraines. Yeah, that's a challenge. Chronic migraines are a super big challenge. And there's a lot of things that you can do to work with that in terms of diet and lifestyle, which I know that you've probably been exploring yourself already. Have you done much with taking Epsom salt baths and using different essential oils on your body after the bath? I have found to release tension, the best for my body, and might be different for you, but is to have an Epsom salt bath and then to use coconut oil or cream or something with peppermint oil and put that on my muscles when they're feeling tense. And the next day, it's like it's completely gone. They feel so much more relaxed. I feel so much more at ease. And the combination of the Epsom salts, of the detoxifying, as well as the oils going into my muscles, it's just for me. That's something that perhaps you could explore a little bit more. You may already have, but maybe give it a try if you haven't. Ray, so long as it's physical, it doesn't have to be strenuous, like going to the gym and doing weights. Yes. So it's important that we do take care of our bodies. And when I said before, it's okay if you're overweight. What I mean by that is first and foremost, we need to make sure that we feel good about who we are. We need to love and accept ourselves, regardless if we're 300 pounds or for 100 pounds. We need to love and accept ourselves. That being said, it's important that we're healthy. Yes, physical activity is important. Yes, it doesn't have to be strenuous. However, the more active you are, the more likely you will want to have some form of strenuous activity. Generally, when you start, like let's say you start going walking every day after dinner, maybe after a couple months of that, you might decide that you're kind of ready to give running a try. I know you say you don't like it, but you might have that desire inside of you to give it a try. Or you're walking so much and that feels great, but your arms just aren't really getting so much exercise, and you decide that you want to try doing some weightlifting at home. The more exercise and physical activity you do for your body, the more you start to crave in a really positive way. And it allows you to explore more ways that you can serve this need in your body without needing to, sign up for a gym and have a personal trainer where you're going every single day. That's awesome. I'm a super active person. I've definitely done that in the past, and I loved it. However, at this point in my life, I've shifted, and now I do more exercise based on how I'm feeling and what my days look like. It's just about being honest and true to yourself. Okay? That's kind of what it comes down to. And back to passion and purpose. So, those of you who are not in that conversation, I hope you've been thinking about this. Why do you do what you do? What gets you excited about life? And where and when do you feel fulfilled, purposeful, and worthy? This is where that whole body nourishment comes in. If you care about what you're doing, every single day you will feel happy and satisfied in your body. Your body will feel so filled up with love, with fulfillment, with being of service to other human beings that you will be fully nourished. Your primary foods will be full. There's a lot of different religions that do different types of fasting. So they don't eat for a certain period of time. This is connected to this same idea that their belief is that their physical body does not need to function the way it does in order for them to have their true belief system, in order for them to fulfill their passion and their purpose in life. If their purpose is to serve their God or their gods, that's what they're going to do. They will release that food or the physical need for it because they're filling themselves up with their passion and purpose. This is, again, solidifying the fact that primary foods are more important than secondary foods. And again, secondary foods are foods we're consuming, and primary foods are the things we're talking about right now. Rayanne, when I've given someone a reason to smile, that's why you do what you do. And that's what gets you excited about life. That's amazing. I love that. I want to explore that more. On the bottom left quadrant of your piece of paper, I would like you to write down on a scale of 1 to 10, are you happy, satisfied, and empowered by your passion and your purpose? Where are you at right now? And then I would like you to write down 5 things that you're grateful for in your everyday life. What's going on in your life that feels good? What are 5 things that every single day or most days you feel so incredibly grateful for? What makes you happy? These can be big things and these can be little things. What are you grateful for? And then I would like you to write down what are 3 things that you find challenging and you would like to change? What are 3 things about your day-to-day life that you currently find challenging? Ray, what if you don't have a passion necessarily? That means that you need to explore it further. That means that you need to understand and explore what lights you up. I would love to have a one-on-one session with you because that's one of my favorite things is trying to pull out a passion in someone else. There's always something that fills your heart with joy. Sometimes it's just harder to get to see exactly what it is. But for this experience in this webinar, just think about when you're most happy. Think about when you feel elated, when your heart is full, when things are going so well and you're just so happy. And whether it's the people that you're around, or maybe you're by yourself, or maybe it's the activities that you're doing, whatever it is, it's bringing out that passion in you. So on a scale of 1 to 10, are you happy, satisfied, and empowered by that? That could be how often it's occurring. Do you feel happy, satisfied, and empowered by how often that experience is happening in your life? Can someone please share with me one of the things that you feel grateful for in your everyday life? I would really love to see this and share it with everyone who's listening. For those of you who are listening to the replay because you weren't able to be here with us live, thank you for sticking it out to this point. I hope you're having fun. And if you have any questions about what's going on, or if you want to leave some comments as well, 100% please leave them on the Vitality Pure Facebook page. Or if you're in the Holistic, Happy, and Healthy Facebook group, then go ahead and leave them there. And we can all come back and comment with you as well. So don't worry, you're still a part of it. All right, so remember, we're commenting 5 things that we're grateful for in our everyday life. I'd like you to share one of those in the comments, please, because it will make me so happy. And I know that it will serve other people's needs as well. So while we're waiting for that, we're going to move on to our final quadrant, spirituality. Abra, this one's for you. So spirituality is something that's always been a part of my life, I would say. I grew up in a non-religious family. I had kind of prided myself on only going to church a few times by the time I was 19. My parents never spoke down about religion, but my school did. So I kind of just saw it that way. I didn't really understand the point of religion. And so because of that, I didn't understand the point of spirituality. Spirituality is basically the belief system that religions run off of. Whatever you believe, whatever higher power you believe in, or the experience that you believe in, what your beliefs are, religion, each different religion is just a way of following that and exploring it deeper. Spirituality is your beliefs. It could be what brings you comfort in challenging times. It might be an understanding. It could be the ethics that you live by. You could label it as your soul. You could label it as your heart, how you love others. It could be your entire whole being. Respect yourself and other people and the environment, or it could be how you trust that things will always work out. It could be all of these things, and it could be none of these things. I want you to consider what spirituality means to you. Rayanne, just going back to the passion and purpose, one of the comments that Rayanne said about one of the things that you're grateful for in your everyday life is something as simple in the room. It's beautiful. And you have plants that grow now. Congratulations, you have a green thumb. That's exciting. I also have plants that grow, and I go out and talk to them every morning and see how they're doing. It's a lot of fun. I really love it. So hopping back over to spirituality, The more at peace you are with your beliefs and yourself, the easier it becomes to own your actions and reactions. When you understand what your belief system is, when you understand what you believe in terms of if there is a higher power or not, how things are interconnected or not, whatever your beliefs are, when you're more at peace with them, when you trust them, when you understand what they are, it's so much easier for you to own your actions and reactions to other people and other situations. When you're more connected to your own well-being, to your own self, to your thoughts, to your experiences, you can own your actions and reactions. You can take responsibility and ownership of how you show up in this world because you understand your beliefs. For you, this is just an area that is best for you to explore. It's hard for me to talk about spirituality on a level that every single person can hear it from. And that's something that I'm working on. But just trust me that right now, if you feel no peace with your beliefs in yourself, this is an area that you need to spend some time and it will feel good. So going into the bottom right quadrant of your piece of paper, of this lovely toolkit you're creating for yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, are you happy, satisfied, and empowered by your current spiritual practice? Whatever it is that you do to explore your beliefs, to explore yourself, to explore what spirituality means to you, are you happy, satisfied, and empowered by it? And then I'd like you to write down, what does spirituality look like to me? How does it show up? What do you think it is? If you were to try to describe it to a 2-year-old, how would you describe it? You can write full sentences here. You can draw pictures. You can write one words or one word answers kind of thing. Whatever comes to mind, what does spirituality look like to you? And then I'd like you to write down, what is one thing that you would like to change about your practice? Start a practice. For some, it might be explore what the heck is a practice. What is one thing that you would like to change about your current spirituality practice? And then, beside that final thing that you wrote down, I want you to write down why you haven't done that already. If this is something that's important to you, if this is one thing that you'd like to change about your practice, why have you not already done it? What is holding you back? What is stopping you? If you would like to, I would love to hear your comments on this category, spirituality. I know Abra, I don't think Abra, you're still with us. I think your Wi-Fi might have cut out. Excuse me, but this was really important for Abra because she is a plant-based nutritionist and she focuses on eating healthy for individuals and allowing them to feel good in their physical bodies, which is fabulous and amazing, and she's great at it. But that's one piece of the puzzle. As you can see from this webinar, we have all of these different components that are adding up to whether we're healthy or not healthy, or happy or not happy. And so I think that's why it was really impactful for Abra, is because she realized, yes, it's so important to make sure you're eating the right foods, but it's also just as important to care about your thoughts, your beliefs, and your own well-being. So go ahead and share a few of those if you like. And I'm just going to show you one final piece before we complete our toolkit. Sorry, I had to grab some water. As I told you, my throat's going a little crazy. So, I would like you, please, to hold up this lovely piece of paper that you've been doodling and writing on. Hold it up in front of you. Okay, here. I'm going to do it too. So you have this piece of paper, right? Hold it up in front of you and take a look at it. This is your personalized holistic health 101. Everything on this piece of paper is a symbol of how your body speaks to you. You have a list of how your body responds to stress in your relationships. You have a list of things that happen in your body when you are physically active in a way that serves you and your body. What spirituality means to you. You have an understanding of what whole body nourishment means and what your passion is in your life, and 5 things that you're grateful for every single day. This is a list. This is an overview of your holistic health. Acknowledge that this is a tool that you can use at any given time. This tool can support you. You can look at that list of how your body responds to stress in your relationships and use it as a piece to tell you when you need to check in with yourself. So check in with the relationships that are going on. Check in with the experiences that you're having. Who are you spending your time with? Does that make you feel fulfilled? Do you feel happy, satisfied, and empowered? Utilize this toolkit for your own well-being. And that we see that this is actually a connection into how our body speaks to us. It's so important. Rayanne, you say, I'd like people to let go of old ideas of me because it affects new relationships. They aren't accepting or trusting. This is my block. 100%. And so what I say to that is, are you accepting and trusting yourself? If you've had some changes, if you have this new way of living, are you fully trusting and accepting of that new version of yourself? Because chances are the people in your life who are not accepting are just responding to your own insecurities. So check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Ray, just going back to digestion and relationships. What if your relationships don't affect your digestion regardless of their status? What does that mean? Does it mean anything? Well, it could mean 2 things. 1, it could mean that you're just not quite connected enough to your digestion to feel what's happening with your relationships. So it could just be that you just need to spend a little bit more time with your body to actually check in and see how your body feels when you have different stressful times in your relationships. It could also mean that you just have kind of like a stomach of steel, and it doesn't really matter what per se what's happening on the external or how you're feeling, and you're still able to digest. But actually, no, I take that back. That's not a thing. Your body is 100% affected by your emotions and your interactions with other people. You likely just have such a strong barrier between your physical body and your emotions that to you, they're not connected, but they 100% are. So ignore what I said. 100% they are connected. You just need to start paying more attention to how your body responds. So something to do that, a way that you could do that is when you sit down for your next meal, instead of just sitting down and eating, sit down and look at your food. Feel the energy of your food. Ask yourself, why am I eating this food? How is this food going to serve me? Do I enjoy eating this food? And then slowly eat your entire meal in silence. Don't look at your phone. Don't distract yourself. Just be with your body and your food. And see if you can feel how your body feels from eating that. This is just to connect you deeper into your physical body, into your digestive system. And the more that you can do this and feel connected in that way, in a positive way, you're more likely to start to feel your digestion based on different stress levels in your relationships and in your life. So give that a try. I would love to know how that goes for you and what you think about it. And everybody else, if you want to try that as well, it's a great practice to do. Something that I, to be honest, don't do enough, probably because my body does speak very loudly to me, so I don't feel that I need it. However, I do need it. I need to take my own advice. So thank you, Ray, for that, because that just gave me some beautiful insight into what I need to do with my meals. If you have any more questions about the personalized holistic health toolkits, I would love to hear them. And if you don't, I have something really exciting that I want to share with you. And it's a way that you can take this personalized holistic health toolkit like 7 steps forward. So being here with me, with you tonight has been fabulous. And I really enjoy the interaction, and I really appreciate each and every one of you who are willing to share what's going on in your life, willing to share with me the numbers that you put down, willing to share with me how you're feeling in your body and how your body shows up for you. I think that's the number one component of creating a community. And as we talked about in the very beginning, human beings are community-driven creatures, and we need to have that sense of connection and belonging in order to serve our needs. So I just want to point out that for most of you, you've probably tried a whole bunch of different diets in your lifestyle. You've probably bought a bunch of cookbooks and then never used them. You've probably tried a few different free challenges that you found on Facebook. You've probably tried the buddy system and the gym memberships with, trying to work out more, trying to be more active in your physical body. You've probably downloaded some checklists from different Facebook groups or things like that. You've had a personal trainer. You've tried meditation apps. Basically, you've done all the things and you're still feeling like there's something missing, or you're still feeling not totally balanced in your overall health and well-being, which is why you're here on this webinar. The fact is, you are so externally impacted, and you and me and every single person in this world is externally impacted by crap, by things like magazine ads telling you that you should be a size 0 or a size 2 in order to get love from men or just other people in general, or even just to love yourself. You have to be skinny, fit, and toned. There's commercials, and friggin', do you guys remember the Super Bowl halftime show? I remember Lady Gaga had a performance. It was amazing. She was just like bouncing and jumping and dancing the entire time. And the only thing I saw in the news afterwards was that she had like this teeny tiny roll of skin. Like, I can't believe she would wear a 2-piece when she had that. Like, that's just crap. Are you kidding me? This woman just gave such an amazing performance, and that's what people focus on. Seeing these kinds of things, even though they don't immediately impact our body, they do impact our body. We feel it. We internalize it. We process it. It's 100% affecting us. And then there's also things like the new health books where someone loses, 50 to 75 pounds and suddenly now they're a health expert and they write a whole book about exactly how they did it. Great for them. Not going to work for you. Your body's different. And you're going to feel like a failure when you pick up that health book, you follow that diet, and then you fall off the wagon and you don't lose the weight. Those are designed, not intentionally, but they're designed and marketed to make you feel like crap, so you have to buy more. This affects us. Even your friends and their lifestyle choices affect you. If you're trying to cut out booze and every time you hang out with your friends are drinking wine, it's going to affect you. If you're trying to eat vegetarian or vegan and your friends always want to go to the steakhouse, it's going to affect you. These things all affect us all the time. So I want you to acknowledge that it's okay to not necessarily be at exactly the place you want to be at yet, okay? Because you have all of these external impacts on you, I want you to know that's not your fault. And you don't have to feel guilty, and you don't have to beat yourself up about it, okay? You can just still love yourself at where you're at right now. And then slowly build up these amazing tools to support yourself so that you can feel good in your body and you can wake up with energy and your lifestyle becomes exactly the lifestyle you want it to be. Why not try a holistic health approach that is truly customized for you, designed with you, and created by you, right? Wouldn't that make sense? Like, the whole focus of this webinar is not about me telling you all the things that I've done and how my life is so amazing and how you should do what I do, right? I mean, I hope that's not what you got from this, because that's not what I was trying to do. The point is, you are a unique individual. Your body is made up differently than mine and everyone else who's watching this. It's important for you to acknowledge how your body reacts to you. And that's why we created this toolkit, so that you have an indication as to how your body speaks to you. Why not try finding a holistic health lifestyle, finding an approach to create that is designed by you, with you, for you, right? I would like to introduce to you something I've put together for this webinar. It is a beautiful next step from this webinar, and it's called Cultivating Lifestyle Balance. This is a 4-day program, so it's not super long. Don't worry, you don't have to commit your entire life to it, although you will, because afterwards you're going to love these new experiences that you've created. This is a 4-day program for you to create your ideal holistic lifestyle. Okay, so what this looks like, I've run this program a few times. It's awesome. Anyone who is still on the webinar who's done it before, please let everyone know what you thought of it. You will receive your very own holistic lifestyle ebook. This is an ebook that I have created that's going to give you so many tips and tools to find balance in your physical activity, to find balance in your spirituality, and to find balance in your physical food, so your secondary foods. Access to a community of accountability. So every single day for these 4 days, you're going to have access to a community that actually cares about what you're doing. They care about what you're eating. They care about what you're doing for exercise. They want to know that you are well because you are doing the same thing for them. We keep each other accountable. daily live trainings on holistic lifestyle topics with me, where it's on Facebook Live. We can be super interactive with each other. We can have chit chats. I'll teach you new things. I'll answer your questions. I'll be there to support you in whatever way that I can. And with that comes daily access to holistic health coaching. If you hop on live with me with every one of those live calls that we do for those 4 days, you can get 4 days worth of holistic health coaching right there. You're also going to receive daily guidance and support from me and everybody else in the community. You're going to receive energizing recipes to feed your body. So I know we didn't talk a lot about food tonight, but you're going to receive some recipes that are going to give you that nourishment that you need. You're going to receive a feeling of empowerment because you're going to be making decisions based on what's best for you. And of course, you'll receive a smile on your face because you'll be doing something that's important for you to do. So all of this is going to be coming at you for 4 days of complete support, access to an amazing community of accountability, and tools so that you can feel damn good in your own body for $25. That's it. I don't want to steal your bank account. I don't want to charge you a ton of money. I want you to have access to this program. I want you to have access to this community of accountability. I want each and every one of us to hold each other accountable and to have fun with it. I want us to interact with each other daily for these 4 days so that we can create new habits for ourselves that are actually going to make a difference in our lives. For some of us, we're going to be exploring what our health even means to us, and that's wonderful. Why not do that in a community of accountability? In order to join the Cultivating Lifestyle Balance Challenge, it's starting on July 6th, which is 1 week from today. So that's next Thursday. You just need to go to this link, which I will put in the comments right now, actually. bit.ly/cultivating lifestyle balance. This is going to take you to my website. It's going to show you a whole bunch of details. You're going to be able to see what is happening, how it all works. For those of you who don't quite understand the process, it's going to break it down for you. You can read it all there, and it's going to allow you to actually register right then and there. Happen is, oh, it didn't let me. Can anyone see that in the chats? It said it didn't let me leave it. I'll put it in the Facebook group. But what's going to happen is we're all going to be in this group together, and we're going to be there to support each other. So each day we're going to go in and we're going to talk about the things that we have done that day for our physical activity, for our spirituality, and for our nutrition. We're going to be taking care of our bodies. We're going to be taking care of ourselves. So again, you're going to get that holistic lifestyle ebook that I've created, which I think is about like 10 or 12 pages of goodness. You're going to get support from me every single day in our live calls. You're going to get support from everybody else in the group. It's going to be an amazing experience. And it's only $25. I mean, you could cut out a couple coffees next week and you're going to save that money. Or you could just not go for lunch with a friend and you'll basically save that money. It's important for you to tell the universe and tell yourself that you're ready for your own well-being and health. And by doing that, you have to start putting energy into it. And one of the ways that you can do that is by using money as a form of energy. Investing your money in amazing books that inspire you, in spending time with people that actually lift you up, in joining programs like Cultivating Lifestyle Balance, where you know you're going to be supported to make changes in your life. You are showcasing to the world, to yourself, to the universe, that you're ready for change. To take this opportunity to make a change in your life. I will be there with you every step of the way. We can have conversations all freaking day long if you want. I want you to feel fully supported. This Cultivating Lifestyle Balance program so that we can do that together. Okay? It starts July 6th. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have a lot of fun. And to join, just come to Cultivating Lifestyle Balance, bit.ly/cultivating lifestyle balance. And I'm going to send out an email probably tomorrow morning with that link as well. So if you forget tonight, that's totally fine. If you want to go home and just you're already at home, but if you want to just go veg out and let all of this information that you've taken in, find its way into the cells of your body, do that. That's beautiful. Tomorrow, I will send you an email with a link to join this group. We're starting on July 6th. Sorry, I'm losing all the saliva in my mouth. We're starting July 6th next week, which is Thursday. Unless you're in Australia and New Zealand, that's going to be Friday. Every single day, we're going to have live Facebook chats together talking about our holistic health and ways that we can make sure that we're honoring our body's needs. We're going to learn a lot together. We're going to have a lot of fun. So, who's with me? Give me some comments, people. Let me know. I would love to hear it. And that's the end of the webinar. You guys stayed with me for an hour and a half. That's amazing. Thank you. I feel really honored and acknowledged by that. This, as I've said a few times, is freaking fun for me. I love doing it. So thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for being here live with me. Thank you for caring about your own health and well-being and being willing to put the energy in. Thank you for saying yes to your health. Thank you for saying yes to your well-being. Thank you for saying yes to your happiness. And I can't wait to work with you more. I hope you all have an absolutely amazing evening. It's been so much fun sharing my evening with you. And I'm going to go see if my Thai food ever arrived because I'm freaking hungry. Although, you know, it's only secondary foods. My primary foods are pretty full right now because I feel loved and acknowledged by you guys. Amazing. Oh, Rayanne, fabulous. Joined the group. Rayanne was a part of the group previously. Rayanne, it was fun, wasn't it? We had a lot of fun. Yeah, it was super supportive. And I was browsing through the group earlier, just kind of refreshing as to who was in it, what was going on. And man, it really was supportive. And it was really kind and nurturing. It was a really nice space. So I'm excited to create that again. Ray, thanks for answering your questions. I've been too chatty. Are you kidding me? I love the conversation aspect of it. I mean, to be honest, ideally, I'd love it if we were all in a room together. I think that would be way more fun. But to be honest, I live in a small town and not a lot of people, well, there's a lot of people here, but I know that I want to reach out to you beautiful individuals and I want you to be able to do it from the comfort of your home. So thank you for your conversation, Ray. It's been really nice to get to know you a little bit and to hear what's going on in your life. And it's nice. It gives fuel for conversation for other people too. Sometimes even when we don't ask questions or make comments, we still gain a lot from hearing what's going on in other people's lives. With that being said, I'm going to close now so that I can actually drink some water and let my throat go back to resting state. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to see all of you again soon. I will see you guys in the Cultivating Lifestyle Balance group because it's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you join before July 6th. And if you're not already in Holistic, Happy, and Healthy, the free, open, public group on Facebook, come join us. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you all soon.